Bonjour. Welcome back to Belmont Broadcast. I'm Jenny.
I'm Emily.
This has been a French-filled week at BHS. Today we'll be covering the French exchange program, slam poetry, and the results of the poll we sent out. Be sure to stay tuned for the pet segment at the end of the broadcast.
First we have the French exchange students. Here's Caitlin and Madame.
Bonjour, je suis avec Madame. So last week was the French exchange students, so today I'm going to ask Madame some questions. So first, what is the French exchange program?
The French exchange program is when we host students from a school in France for a couple weeks and do lots of activities with them, and then we go and stay with them and do the same thing but in their school.
How long have you been doing this program?
I started in 2005, so that's some years.
Yeah, some years.
Yeah, with a different school, and then with this school, it's our third exchange that we've had with the school in Normandy.
Cool. What places do you visit, like when they are here and we're there?
Okay, so when they come here, we as a group go on some field trips. For example, to UNH, Portsmouth. We go and spend a day in Boston, and then they go to Concord to visit the State House and to Manchester to go to the Currier Art Museum. And then there's like lots of activities that we do in the area with the group. Oh, when we go there, so they live in Normandy, and so we obviously go to the city near them, which is called Rouen. Mm-hmm. We also go to, this time we're going to a town called Giverny, where the home and garden of Claude Monet, the painter, are, and we'll visit that and go to an Impressionist museum. And we are going to spend a day on the coast visiting the memorials and monuments from D-Day. And finally, at the end, we will go to Paris for a couple days.
Awesome. What are some of the most stressful parts of the process?
All the things. All of it. It starts like 2 years in advance with the planning of the things we're going to do and contacting people for field trips and figuring out what everything costs, what buses cost, contacting the bus company, contacting museums, figuring out which students are going to go, matching the students as best we possibly can for kids that we don't necessarily know, and then it's just hosting is a ton of stress and traveling is a ton of stress. Leaving my family to go to France for 2 weeks, so my husband has to do all the things at our house. It's all stressful.
And lastly, what's something you enjoy most about?
So this is the thing I enjoy most about the exchange is the experience for the students, because it's obviously not for me. It's not, can't say it's like fun or a vacation or anything like that, but for them, this is their experience, and they can't have this experience in Belmont High School otherwise. What's the point of learning another language? It's to use it, and this is the best experience we could have in high school for language, I think.
Yep.
Rather than just traveling somewhere where you don't necessarily have to speak.
Right.
When you do an exchange, you have to stay with the person, or that person's staying with you, and you have to communicate, or you don't eat.
Okay, thank you.
Wow, that made France seem so interesting. Emily, we should go to France.
No.
Okay. Here's our French students with their take on America in a game of charades they played with Ari and Caitlin.
Quelles étaient tes impressions avant de venir aux États-Unis?
Mes impressions étaient, je pensais que les Américains étaient chaleureux et bienveillants et qu'ils ne jugeaient pas aux apparences et qu'ils ne se prenaient pas la tête contrairement aux Français.
Avant de venir aux États-Unis, je pensais que les Américains mangeaient beaucoup en grande quantité, comme les hamburgers, les frites, à McDo, Burger King, KFC.
Avant de venir aux États-Unis, je pensais que les Américains mangeaient beaucoup je voyais comme les clichés, avec les bus américains, avec les fast-foods. C'est tout.
Quelle est la différence entre l'école française et l'école américaine?
Les Américains au lycée sont beaucoup plus libres que les Français. Ils peuvent sortir de cours, manger, etc. Et en France, c'est pas possible de faire ça parce qu'on a plus de règles à respecter.
Aux États-Unis, l'école commence plus tôt, à 7h25, alors qu'en France, c'est 8h10. Aussi, les Américains finissent plus tôt l'école, alors que les Français finissent vers 17h.
La différence entre l'école américaine et l'école française, le midi, ils ont 20 minutes pour manger. Et en France, on a 1 heure ou 2 heures selon notre emploi du temps. Ils apportent leur repas ou alors ils peuvent utiliser un système de cartes. Nous, en France, on a la cantine ou sinon on peut manger chez nous à l'extérieur.
Baseball. Yes. Yeah. Why are they so good at this? Rowing a boat. Skiing.
Water skiing.
Yes. How do you act this out? Okay.
Spray. Yeah.
Yeah, good. You're not gonna guess it. It's not gonna come up. Yeah, that's how hard this is. Scare him. Yeah! Meow. Woof. Meow. Yeah. That was good enough. Rating cats and dogs.
Next up, we have slam poetry with a special guest, Matthew Lepay.
On March 14th, Matthew Lepay, a slam poet from Quebec, came to work with French Club. During this session, he explained how he works through the process of writing a poem and some of the techniques that he uses. For example, in the upcoming videos, he is taking one thing that he likes and is relating it to something in nature. Students of the French Club wrote phrases of their own, and towards the end of the session, they began to put some of their lines together to start the creation of a class poem.
J'aimais quelqu'un, moi, j'aimais serrer la main de quelqu'un en regardant dans les yeux. Moi, c'est de l'humanité.
La musique emporte le bonheur. C'est comme le son de feuilles avec le vent.
Avec le vent, parce que, et là tu vas dire parce que les arbres, par exemple, c'est comme une mélodie. J'ai 2 cadeaux pour vous remettre pour votre classe.
Merci!
C'est bon. OK. Ils se lèveront tôt, ils prendront leurs flambeaux, ils iront dehors. Ils lèveront les voiles, les mains comme des étoiles, les yeux grands comme des fjords. À travers la noirceur, la nuit, sous le froid de l'indifférence, ils trouveront dans la peur l'envie de faire la différence. Les amants de l'aube. Oh, 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 oh.
Wow, that was slammin'. Next up we have Catherine and I with the school-wide poll interviewing students about their favorite and most despised words.
What is your favorite or least favorite word?
It's a swear in my house, and the word I hate is stupid.
My least favorite word is the word cloy. I don't know what it means, but it was in a chorus song that we did. I hate it.
My least favorite word is towelette.
Because what are you going to do with it?
What is your favorite word?
Bubbles.
Mushrooms. Amazing.
My favorite word is definitely yikes.
Favorite word?
Yes.
In English is oh my god.
My favorite word?
Yeah.
Does that count? Can we use that's what I'm going with.
My favorite word is contradiction.
love.
For our final segment, we have Your Pets with Megan, Ari, and David. Aw, that was cute.
True.
And remember, if you want your pet featured in our upcoming segments, make sure that you submit your photos to bhsbroadcastteam@gmail.com.
Well, that concludes the BHS broadcast. See you next time.
Salut!